Hello, Trinity College. My neighbors recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed, communicated not verbally. In other words, other demonstrators recorded. My neighbors and the past ones were planting evidences roles on off Central Connecticut State University and Trinity College. Central Connecticut State University is in Britain, Connecticut, and Central Connecticut is in Britain, and Trinity College is in Hartford, Connecticut. These are also names that with connections between the names next to these campuses, even if they're intelligence, because they have a whole bunch of judges, family members involved with them. And there is even the sister of a girl who was my babysitter years ago. And the kid who came in, Ray Colello came in. He's got a father with the same name. Came into my street years ago when he was in fourth grade. And they lived near the state corrections offices. Increasingly, people next to the state corrections offices have roles of wire crimes and federal evidences crimes with Wethersfield Police, with the Colello family. The same names have roles with Hartford Police and Newington Police. Sandy Hook Police forms involved with the name Colello. People on the opposite state corrections offices. There's a prison there. These are people with crimes with their patients and criminals before they got caught, and against innocent people, and torturing the patients and criminals to keep their mouth shut about what I caught them doing with the serial killer's body dumping spot, even if that was made up. Central Connecticut State University has a Dean Alford, Trinity College has a Dean Alford involved with confessions of students, and he confirmed and demonstrated. He did after the fact, the next day, non-verbally. See, they're hiding their roles, fabricating evidences with a Joshua Stryker, who has been pretending to know me, with the foreign and domestic, even judges' family. There are judges and prosecutors associated personally and professionally with the family members of a Dr. Shub of modern languages. Excuse me. He's recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed with a whole bunch of people. There are two, for example, on the Berlin Turnpike, there are two marijuana spots from years before decades before those marijuana spots were there. They were brought into the people involved with planting evidences with the Colello family and the Smith family, involved with the Wethersfield Police, also with the Wethersfield town offices. And a Mr. Neville. Mr. Neville is involved with people who have roles with criminal enterprises and child abusers. These are also people further I caught forcing a principal child abuser. And the news has roles with that. They attach me to fake conversations. They have teachers at the schools further involved with that. They have more leaders of the kids, principals, and deans involved. A Dean Judd has his family members. I never saw a Dean Judd on the campus of Central Connecticut State University in my life. He's recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed with family members involved with foreign and domestic military off campuses with various natures of federal crimes leading up to the World Trade Center attack in that context, and still with courts and with Hartford courts and the Britain Superior Courts, family members and co-defendants, a former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, involved with criminally foreign influence, planting evidences in criminally foreign influence roles with depositions. A Mike Pandolf is also by a teacher I had begged me to take a class with him. He's involved with his kid and with his wife. I don't know their names. I have to get my stuff. They're making me and other people unorganized. Same people pretending to be about organization. Hartford Hospital has a whole bunch of people tied to Ray Colello, who's one of my neighbors and the previous neighbors. Again, involved with the police forging and switching names and making confessions. There's also a YouTube video I'm going to show you with the Wethersfield Police Chief's lawyer, who's involved threatening the police chief, pretending not to realize she has federal evidences, crimes with them. She'll fear God with the lawyer of the FBI director, Robert Luskin, the former standing chairperson on the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organization Act. There are means recorded to show that they have criminally foreign influence uses of elections locations. On and off the sides of parks are involved too. And mayors are on Facebook too. Increasingly, people with the town offices and probation officers involved with federal crimes with evidences, including with murders involved. The murder, even if made up, the murder of Greg Kyler has a whole bunch of people who had all kinds of federal evidence of crimes involved with it, and uses of people like John Scully with Connecticut boxing gyms, has roles of people tied who made confessions tied to my neighbors, like with Charter Oak Boxing Gym has roles of people named Della Fera, who are one of the judge's family members, who have a whole bunch of brothers, and they went out with sisters who have roles of wire crimes and federal evidence crimes of my neighbors, slandering me, identity theft, fraud, slander. Ray Colello asked me a whole bunch of times. I swear to God, truth not. I never tried to pretend I had. That would make me look like I was one of their sexual circles. Ray Colello has sexual circles with them, and with a whole bunch of probate judges, and the Britain Superior Court, and Hartford Superior Court have roles with the people at West Hartford locations, with the Colello and the people with the police chief Cintron. And his daughter, he has a Jessica Citron, reportedly, I never seen her in my life, in real life, and she's involved with more upskirt people with the other kids that are, in other words, they abuse other kids through the leaders of the kids, putting fake transcripts. These are people timed collusions with overt criminal enterprises and private ones, and not legitimately, and with the what do they call professors of acting professors at Central Connecticut State University, has something to do with their roles, recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed. Names on Church Street in Old Wethersfield increasingly have roles with names intercampuses, intercities, with federal evidences crimes, and names on Hartford Hospital. A whole bunch of people at Hartford Hospital run in as patients and criminals and doctors and nurses, and they hide life progressions there. And they all have ties to this Colello Smith family with the Wethersfield police. And their conversations with my name behind my back. I don't even know them. I'll accept the people tied to them. And know them too. Only time I know them was they were involved with planting evidences. Now these are the people involved with these Mendez police who attached me to fake conversations with them too at the police station. Also, when I was a kid, they had been pretending through the years I had conversations with the police as a kid. I never did. Ray Colello and Chris Walters did. They planted evidences, has something to do with their roles with the Charlie Bowes and his sister. I don't even know her name. And people at Old Town Cafe, and two mobile gas stations on the South Steen Highway, involved with them with KKK black themed, and judges switching forging names of prosecutors too, their family members. A whole bunch of people tied to a Ray Colello and a DeMoro and a Scalora. And DeMoro and Scalora said that DeMoro and Colello said that Scalora is their cousin. Wethersfield police brought this name up in their confession. They only used the name Scalora to make it look like I know them. Increasingly, people with the name Scalora have been trying to pretend to know me since I was a kid. And a Claudia Scalora, they recorded, they hid what she was. She has roles of the World Trade Center attack with them, and the World Trade Center and the spots next to it. These are also, she had collusions with the people in the Ninth Circuit Court next to the World Trade Center in Manhattan that day of the attack, as the people intercities and internationally have been planting evidences. Increasingly, these are people associated with Mr. Abruzzi, who is my fifth grade teacher, involved with intercultural and intracultural evidence rats, fabrication rat holes that make it look like you call them a rat, makes it look like they're telling on you for something legitimate. They're making up things with the Wethersfield police chiefs, and they're retired too. Another one, not just Cintron. Cintron has something to do with Bravo Network. Hey, get them on paper, one name in sequence. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's why you guys you guys don't know how to speak for the law, groupings of humanity. Every grouping. That's why even if you try to make a legitimate grouping, you're going to try to voice something. You're sick. Follow mandated law. That's what it means. I mean, you don't keep bringing up subjects when you have the answers here. Follow mandated law. Get me off the fake conversations with WFSB. And that's one of the things they're doing. They're behavior racketeering, because they're preventing people from calm means to defend themselves. You have bug spray and poison threats and gun threats with these people. Let's pick one name in sequence too. The dirty ass cops switching names, forging names. Get on paper, one name and sequence. They're in the comments too. They have a Ray Colello in the comments bringing up drugs. Whole bunch of people with the name Leahy family, a Leahy family with Brandon Leahy pretend to have conversations with me. Then they made statements with women in their family. They're doing sick things with their sick sons and daughters, including pictures of the Leahy family's daughter involved further with them with sexual offenders, the males and females in that, and they have the right, they have the audacity to be involved with mental health care and badges people. You should fear God, because the former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, has defended capacities with them now, and the people at Hartford Hospital. And these are ones with other hospitals, the same families and sexual circles. Greg Kyler, I believe his name is Greg. I forgot his first name. On Covington Street. There are families on Covington Street that recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed. They have roles with the intelligence community at Trinity College, next on the street on Zion Street, with the ones on Covington Street next to Central Connecticut State University. And they have roles with intelligence family members from Wethersfield through time, involved with Brian Silver, with this Brendan Leahy, with prosecutors and judges putting fake things in databases while tactically delusions raw and criminally foreign influence. So let's get them on paper, one name and sequence, because they have untimely death rolls and digital crimes with the digital sex offenders before they got caught. They were forcing them. I have more with them, and these are ones with all natures, even with the drugstores, and these are ones with the prisons too. Oh! So there are people with the name Mendez and Domain, also recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed, involved with predicate acts, federal evidence of crime, with people with the name C.N. Faglione, also recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed, involved by my neighbor Ray Colello, called me on the phone but he's planting evidence since I was a kid. Attached me to fake located, they're doing tricks. So if you describe things, it makes it look like you're confirming what they said. I never hung around with Ray Colello and Rick C.M. Faglione and Jonathan Maiano. That's why they made him seek me out and beg me to take me to school and make a long, drawn-out confession. Has something to do with his roles with the Scalora family and the probate judges. He has family that used to live next to the Hartford Hospital's campus, which is on the campus of Hartford Hospital's the Institute of Living, which was founded on the campus of Hartford Hospital in 1822, when there were still whole international companies and people involved with the slavery, forced entrenched, monitoring what everyone said to measure and maintain, just like they're doing today when they ask questions. When you see them in Congress, they're not legitimately trying to hurt each other or trying to make things better. They're just trying to do whatever to keep the real causes of negative value nature and progressions, acts, and natures, blame the other things others themselves, and nature's being their own. They can't defend their own selves and their nature and afford to be, let alone to protract short words with nature proper. So, in other words, paper now. One name and sequence, Interbranch switching names. A whole bunch of people from the Britain Superior Court involved with drugs and medicines crimes on my street with the Colello family and the Smith family with the Wethersfield police chief. Get them on my paper, one name and sequence. Don't make me beg. Get on paper, because there's more violence involved. You guys, more bug spray, poison, smoke, games, and with the gun threats with guns too, and other threats to me, and with the people tied to the Smith family. I'll show you how to handle the threats. I'll show you. Watch. Get on paper. We're going to do this right.